Let me ask you a question. Do you have people that you will go to ask for or solicit real, honest feedback? And when you ask that question and they give you feedback that maybe you don't want to hear, even though you asked for it, what does your face do? I'll share this with you. I had a story or a situation that came up with someone that was looking for some honest feedback on some work, a work project that they're working on. I have some experience in this area, so of course I was honored to be included. However, I said before we started that I don't pull any punches. If you really are legitimately concerned about my feedback, then be aware that I will share it unfiltered. They were like, of course, yes, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Reviewed what they had. We got together. I'm giving the feedback. It was a little bit more negative than I think they were expecting or hoping for, but it was feedback nonetheless that I thought they needed to hear. And they looked pissed, which of course then made me feel very insecure and bad. And all of a sudden now, like, I'm the bad guy. Like, you're the one that did the work and you didn't do that great of work. And you want me to come and be like, woo, you awesome. You awesome. So good. Yes. And so I give this feedback and they're like, you were the first person to actually say anything negative. And I said, well, please don't take this the wrong way. You're a super nice person. Nobody wants to hurt your feelings. But I laid the rules down when we got together on this. And I told you I'd tell you exactly what I was thinking, what my impressions were, what my thoughts were. I was going to give you honest feedback because that's what you asked for. And they were like, I know, but like, how could anybody else, look at this and not have a similar reaction? It feels like maybe you were looking for things to be critical about. Isn't that the purpose of the feedback you were looking for? Yes, I'm not intentionally trying to make you feel bad. I'm not intentionally trying to come back and be like poo-poo all over your project. I'm just telling you the things that I saw that I noticed that I don't think jive. And I have only got one way of doing that. And that's as honest a feedback as I possibly can give you. Didn't go over well. They seemed pissed. And so before we kind of ended our little meeting, I said, look, here's the thing. The people who really invest in you want to see you be successful. I would like to think I'm one of those people. And not everybody will tell you like you're straight, right? They won't tell you like you need to hear it. And I have a tendency to want to tell you like I think you need to hear it. But take my feedback, and if it is the only negative feedback that you've gotten, perhaps maybe I could be wrong, right? Consider that. Or consider that I could be right and everything else that you've talked about with everybody else was purely out of a desire not to upset you or hurt your feelings or cause you any angst. Which do you think will help you derive a better product? And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is take what you have learned, what you've heard, the good and the bad, or not so great, and then you make the determination of what the plan forward is. That is how you leverage feedback. And before you ask for feedback again from me or anybody else, you need to pull up your big boy pants, put on your layer of thick skin. And if your desire is to put out the best output you can, know that the feedback that I'll give you, can't speak for anybody else, is always designed with that goal in mind. Which means I will tell you what you need to hear. What you do with what I tell you, completely up to you. But if you've talked to 5 other people and nobody gave you any feedback and they're like, they either didn't read it, they didn't look at it, they didn't spend enough time with it, they didn't come into the framework that says, how can I make this person the absolute best and where can I contribute to add value there? That's what I did. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's my approach to how I provided feedback. So if you're upset or angry, hey, I'm sorry. Don't take it personal. But I get negative feedback is always personal. It is always personal. But giving positive feedback just for the sake of giving positive feedback is also personal. It's a personal offense, in my opinion. So I don't know how you go about doing feedback, but I've not always been good at it. I had a case yesterday actually to visit with somebody about feedback, and again, I was super honest, but I laid the groundwork. If you really want my input, you really want me to spend any time or effort towards helping you, then recognize what I'm going to share may not always be sunshine and rainbows. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. John Denver, man, God, I love that guy. Anyway, there you go. Feedback. Feel free to give me some if you choose to. I will definitely take offense to it. I'm just kidding. Have a good day, and as always, ripple on. God, I hope nobody gives me really bad feedback. I'm like, you're a moron, Steve. I know I'm a moron, probably. Yes, I am. I don't know what to do.